Hi there. So this video is about lights in your car. Which lights to use, when to use them. So just a few little tips really to help you along the way. It's come about because I've done a video recently on driving in the dark, and one of the subscribers said to me, "Why don't you do a video on headlights and tail lights and main beam and all this sort of stuff, so that people know what it's all about?" So this is what the video is about then. It's just to help new drivers who are learning or have just passed the driving test which lights to use. So say you've got different ones. You've got your side lights, you've got your headlights, which are dipped ones, and you've got your main beam, which are the dazzle ones, and then you've got your fog lights. So there's different types of ones. If you're driving along in the daytime, it's nice and light, you don't need them on. But this is where it gets a little bit confusing for people. They say, well, it's not dark, I don't need them. Well, that's true. If you start putting your headlights on in the daytime for no reason, people look at you strange thinking, you just, it's just in people's face all the time. But if the light starts to fade in the daytime, so you're going to put your side lights on. And your side lights, your two dim lights at the front, which I'm sure you can see at the moment, and on the rear the two red tail lights which light up all the time. So don't confuse the two red tail lights with your brake lights, because if you put your foot on the brake, it's brighter, that side of it. So yeah, your two side lights, and you tend to put them on when the light's starting to fade. So some people say, well, it's starting to get towards dusk when the sun's going down. I always say, well, you can also use it in the daytime when you're losing a bit of light. So today's a good example where it's a little flicker of rain. It's not raining hard, just a little flicker, but you're starting to get a bit overcast, so it's not as bright as what it could be. So the side lights will be an advantage. So that people can see you from behind, and they can see a little bit ahead of you, so there's not like in the face all the time. But if it does start to rain or it does deteriorate, then you put your headlights on, and your headlights are what you see at the moment, which is a bit more brighter, and the headlights are dipped. At the moment, when you put your headlights on, they're pointing towards the ground in front of you, probably about 3 or 4 car lengths in front, maybe slightly more, that's what they're mainly set at, which is fine for when you're driving along in the night time or when it's dark, so that you can see the road ahead of you and you're not blinding people who are coming towards you. Now, I mentioned the word blinding. If you go from dipped headlights to dazzle, or some people call it full beam, and what's happens is it tilts it off the ground straight ahead of you. And the purpose of that one is, just say for instance you're driving down a road that's got no street lights, so it's pitch black, or country road at night time, it's pitch black, you need to be able to see up the road. So that's when you put your full beam on, and it tilts it from the ground to ahead of you, so it's pointing right in front of you, so you can see what the roads ahead of you like, you can see what the bends are like, you can see where things are, so you're more likely to react to things earlier. Where if it's dipped onto the ground, you can only see what's on the ground. But the downside of that is, if you're putting the full beam on and dazzling people, so if there's cars coming towards you, got that on, it's blinding them. So they're not going to be happy with you, because they can't see, because at that point it's like shining a torch in your eyes as a driver. So you've got to make sure you put it on at the right point. And your fog lights, obviously it says what it says there. You put your fog lights on when visibility is less than 100 metres. So if you've got your rear fog lights on and they're quite bright, they're going to dazzle people behind you. So if you're sat at a traffic lights and it's not really foggy and you've got your fog lights on, the person behind is going to be a bit miffed off with you, because you're going to be blinding them with a bright red light. But use them if you can't see 100 metres. Don't be afraid to use them. And your front fog lights, use them if you can't see 100 metres because of the fog. Because people need to be able to see the car, otherwise it's going to be dangerous for you. People might pull in front of you. Okay, so just a couple of little tips, nothing too tricky. I hope you like the video. If you do, click like on it, and feel free to share it. Look out for the next one next week, and safe driving.